Well, hello, this is the final boss, and this is Mandela Syndrome. The developer was very kind and sent this over. I'm going in pretty blind. Oh, it's a little loud. Let's turn that down just a smidge. Alright. Hopefully that's a little bit more audible for everybody. Alright, level selector. Oh, okay. Do I just do Thursday, I guess, is a new level? Oh, man. Is this gonna be jump scares? I hope not. Wow, the camera sensitivity is wild. Whoa.
Hello and welcome to the lab. Hopefully you're becoming acquainted with the place, and once again I apologize for not being able to make it there to train you in person, but they wanted you in fast after we lost the last guy.
Oh no, this is the anomalies.
By Monday, but we'll handle most of the training today
Anomalies.
over the phone. Well, let's get started, shall we?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Welcome to the Association of Temporal Anomalies, and thank you for joining us in the fight against temporal deterioration. Your job here is a very important one. You'll be tasked with filtering through incoming inventory and inspecting each item's TAR levels and sending those items to the correct place. TAR stands for Temporal Active Radiation, and is a way of detecting an item's timeline corruption. Put it simply there, Freya. We're checking to make sure each item is from our world and our timeline.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that's enough boring garble. Let's get into the practical stuff. In front of you is your main switchboard. This device is your best friend. To get started on your shift, you must first clock in. Look over to the right on the wall there, and...
Yep. Yeah, the tutorial's a little heavy on the rails. I know it's very common. So I've watched Markiplier play mini horror games, and I know it's very common to have kind of like somebody do the Five Nights at Freddy's, like, hey, welcome to your first night on the job, I'm just going to talk you through it. But one of the downsides is it's a bit of a trope now. I wonder how much of this, because like there wasn't much story delivered there, right? Like it was more pizza day, admin password something, local user connect system retrieving host, yeah. But I do think that I clocked in already. I wish I could sprint. Okay, welcome, man. I need to turn down the camera sensitivity. That is bonkers. Ambient sound, yes, yes. I'll turn this down just a smidge because it's already pretty loud. Okay, back. How do I? What? What? So there must be some issue with the aspect ratio here. Yeah, so this is a widescreen monitor, and I think it does not like that. Escape, close game, mouse 1, interact. Okay. Let's restart. I got stuck. I wish I could force the aspect ratio. Let me see. Let's just try. I'll try one more time, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I want to go to options and change this something options localization. Let me see if I can just set this up on my other monitor and see if it likes that better. We shall try again. Ooh. You know what? That's a lot of extra work. But that's good for the developer to see, right? Is to be like, oh yeah, like, all right, Thursday, come on. All right, bye. I'm locked in. Okay, come on. Oh, it just exits it? Hard exits it? I can't, like, skip any of this? Can I please skip any of this? Please, 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 please. I might just start on Thursday so I can just see what happens.
Welcome to the lab.
Oh, come on, man, no.
Once again, I apologize for not being able to make it there to train you in person, but they wanted you in fast after we lost the last guy. I should be back by Monday,
So, I mean, like...
but we'll handle most of the training today anyways, over the phone. Well, let's get started, shall we? Let's see,
It's
yeah.
Eli.
Welcome to the Association
New
of
guy,
Temporal
that's me.
Anomalies, and thank you for joining us in the fight against temporal
That seems fine.
deterioration.
Stabilizing fluid is
Your
not
job here is
edible.
a very important
I
one.
like the
You'll be
humor.
tasked with filtering through incoming inventory and inspecting each item's TAR levels and sending those items to the correct place.
Observer states.
TAR stands for temporal active radiation and is a great way of detecting an item's timeline corruption. To put it simply,
Date
for you,
something.
we're checking to make sure each item is from our world and our timeline.
Ant
Okay, that's
tracker.
enough boring garble. Let's get into the practical stuff.
Something.
Use your main switchboard. This device is your best
Test
friend.
me.
To get started on your shift, you must first clock in. Look over to the right on the wall there, and you should see a small.
Alright, let's go find some temporal anomalies.
Clock in and start your shift.
Anomalies. Alright. Shift began. Man, I gotta like I'm trying to turn my mouse sensitivity down. It's as low as it gets. Okay, that's a little better. It's I turn it down even lower on just on my mouse itself.
Great. Oh, here comes the first item now.
That's a
Let's
box.
begin with a simple scan. Look at your switchboard and hit the scan button there for me.
Okay, what? Just did I scan it? Scanned it. Oh, let's stop.
Great. Now look down at the chart.
Oh,
The
weird.
4 indicators you see are measuring different levels of TAR. This will indicate both that this item is from our timeline or which timeline it could be from. Trace amounts of each can also exist in a single item.
Am I
at
gonna
once,
be
so
Loki?
just focus on the largest reading. This item is reading A, so go ahead and hit A.
Okay, A it is. Yes, thank you. I don't love the camera. I feel like everything is moving a bit too slow.
Now, normally when you do a scan, you must first decrypt the readings to be able to see an item's levels. Be sure to do so quickly, as there's only so much time in each shift. Let's try that out here. Go ahead and hit scan for me there. Now just go follow that pattern. Good, now
Okay.
select the correct field.
The
Oh, and finally, the last thing you should worry about on this board is the incinerate button. You can use this button for skipping any items that you're having trouble with, or just for your incinerating needs. Use this sparingly as it'll count against you. Now let's try this out
Okay.
with 2 containers. This is an unstable crate. We're gonna have to drop safeguards on these so they can be scanned, but you're gonna want to be quick on these because you keep them up for too long and it'll quickly become your last day. Oh, one more thing.
this guy's very
Make sure
blithe
your
about
screen
how
reader
fatal
see
this
what's
job
left.
is.
This crate,
I feel like
however,
that
is
makes
just
it a
a
little bit less
so go ahead and
believable.
incinerate it.
Like I know, like in Five Nights at Freddy's, it's a little bit more subtle
And don't worry too much about all
when
the
they're
formalities
introducing the
stabilizing tools
narrative.
on the bottom. You probably won't have to use those. Now head over to the switchboard too. I'll be real quick with this one. It's simple. This is a black light. You can use this as just an extra scan for any additional information on the crates before they arrive. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't actually know how all the stuff gets written on it, or why it tends to know our names.
There's stuff I can see, but what? I'm trying to press blacklight. Okay.
You have one new message.
Sorry, Dax, but I'm not coming back. I
Okay.
don't want you calling me back again, just to give me your crap. You need to stop making promises you can't keep.
Evacuate.
I saw him again.
I don't see any boxes.
Almost went over. I don't even know how. to
Yeah,
describe
these are coming pretty slowly.
I guess shame on me for actually believing something you said.
Hmm.
To think that after all you've said, I actually took you seriously. And it almost cost me. My decision is final. Goodbye.
You can figure out my locker code on your own. What happened to that line? That seems like an important line. PC tomorrow. Remember to head down for hot sites. Agent leaks regarding Mexican cabinet members reportedly impossible. Space Command. Entry mass. Something size of Earth's orbit. 1 to 3. Is that something like that? Okay, are we getting boxes? Uh. Stabilizing fluid is not edible. That's very clear. New guy. Alright, I'm ready to clock in. Let's clock in. Punch in. Let's go. Are we ready now? Dude, go back. Alright, was this just my first day? Do I clock out now? Dude, that phone needs to stop attacking me, man. Every time I feel like I'm like a sweet Wall Street broker. Just every time I walk by a phone, I know it's for me. I'm just see, look, up. Black light, evacuate. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna check out later, guys. Okay, I guess that was Thursday. Alright, let's clock in. Oh no. No more. No more.
Happy Friday. I'm glad to see you made it back. You're ready for your first real day. Go right ahead there and clock in to get started. I'll be mostly busy today, but you should be fine on your own. I mean, I did give you the rundown after all, bud. Okay there, I'll talk to you soon.
This is like a very Canadian. Very Canuck gentleman is. Alright, let's get scanning. Okay, I don't even really know what I'm looking for in terms of anomalies, but I guess I'll push the black light on. B. Does that mean that one's B? Oh, that one is B. Okay. This one I want to incinerate, right? A. So 2 down is A. Interesting. Whoa. Whoa.
Click. Click, 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 click.
Let's try a scan again. Kill it. See. I don't know. Okay, I must have let an anomaly through. 3, 4. I feel like this happens and I don't always notice. I think this is another. I don't remember. Alright, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I don't really know. I know there's an A over there. I wish I could, like, mark them. But whatever. I guess that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 away. Ah, fridge, man. I hate that. Alright, I'm killing you, buddy. Bye. So in 3, there's an A coming up. I don't want to scan anymore. 1, 2, 3. And this is like essentially like the 88 is 2. One. I think this one's A as well. Three, 4. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be like a stinger at some point that's gonna like bust my ears out. But this is from World B, I guess. Stability 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops.
Click. Click, 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 click.
Incinerate it. I don't like that one. Okay, clock out. Correct 13, 1 wrong, performance something, and then the rest of the menu is off screen. Okay, I might actually stop here because the screen sizing stuff is a little weird to the point where it's making it very tough to play and or understand. Like there's some little letters down at the very bottom, but I just like literally cannot reach them. But yeah, what are my thoughts so far? I think this is a cool start to a horror game. I like that there's different scanning methods. I think that's interesting. I like the black light. That kind of gives you hints or gives you a fast, fast pass through. The core task of scan the number, the buttons go, and then you type it in. That didn't feel super great to me. For a few reasons, right? Like the buttons would just start riffing, whatever. And I wish there was like a little bit like the panel would light up, something that is a non-critical piece of information, just to draw my eyes to that part of the screen, because it's because it's a horror game, it's all very monochrome, and so there's not much visual eye-catching stuff, and even the lights themselves kind of fade into the background. So I do wonder if once I press scan, it's once the code starts going, it flashes, the code shows me which ones to press. I press the buttons. I think that would be nice, just to guide my eye a little better. It doesn't feel like that felt very seamless. I thought the intros and the tutorialization was really clunky and long. I do think that I like the idea of kind of this Canadian guy who's super silly, but to some degree, you kind of are doing two tutorials in some sense, right? Where the voiceover would say something, but then also like the camera would like force pan me in certain directions. But I feel like you could, in many respects, just kind of start me on that Friday. Essentially, the only things I need to do is to clock in, which is essentially I can get in the room. There's a quest icon that says task colon clock in. And then if I don't find it in 10 seconds, then you can do one of those forced camera things over there, right? And then once I've clocked in, it says task. Maybe some boxes start coming down and it says task, scan first box. And the timer hasn't started yet. Maybe the only timer only starts on box 2. And then it says, then you press scan, it does the thing, and then the box goes through. And then you press the black light, and maybe it's a little annoying that the black light is like 3 ahead, like, right? So you see the letters of the boxes very far in advance, which I guess is a way to balance it. But it was a little like, okay, that's 2 ahead, that's 1 ahead. Okay, this is the one that was A. That didn't feel super great. I'm kind of curious which ones I did fail. Like, I feel like this screen that I'm looking at right now could be like a report of boxes, right? Where you have like a green box, green, 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 and it says like ABCD, ABCDA, and you could do some cool stuff, right? Where I mean, obviously, if you were really getting fancy, you could make it like be a gene sequence or something. GCEA, I think is like the genes. So that could be kind of cool. Like, you could put some Easter eggs in there or have like, some words formed from it. Um, but yeah, all that to say is I wish I could kind of see on the spectrum of timeline. Like this screen feels like it should be on a little linear timeline, and it could even be like a snake that like wraps around, like whatever that may be. But yeah, I think this is an interesting start. I know these anomaly games are very popular. Like I've seen Markiplier, get really really into them and kind of go deep on that stuff. So, yeah, I think this is off to a great start. Like I said though, I would really either I would pick your tutorial. I would say, okay, do you just want to use visual and UI tutorial, which I think is fine. Like, kind of like talked about. Hey, there's a clicker, there's a task, and it tells you what you're supposed to do, and then you get a few seconds to look around before it like forces your camera in a certain direction. The dialogue I feel like could have used some polish and love. Like I think um, the Canuck is funny, and I'm really glad that you had this like kind of Canadian, hey, like we're working here, eh? And so that's really fun. That's like a sign of good writing, right? Is to say, hey, this person, the speaker is from this place, so they should kind of have some of those verbal quirks and ticks. Um, However, it was I would almost want to play Five Nights at Freddy's intro again because it was much more mass. Like, he's like, they'll kind of move around a little bit. Just be careful. Like, just make sure to close that door. Like, like the the person entering you to the job is kind of like not disclosing everything. Where in this case, both the content was a little like it didn't feel balanced because he's like, oh yeah, like last guy died, like don't die as well. And very blithe about it. So like that content versus tone didn't feel matching up. Um, and then obviously there's the old employee who's like, I hate you guys, you suck, but also kind of didn't get some of the reasoning behind why that person was like there was a lot of detail coming in there, and I know it's probably like lore and things like that, but it felt like some of the pacing of the story suffered because the calls kind of went long and they talked pretty slowly and and there wasn't much new information that either of those calls delivered to me. Like you think about, hey, I'm sitting down to a horror game, I know that there's something bad, like or that if you mess up you're probably going to die. And Five Nights at Freddy's plays off that, right? Like they just put you in this room. They're like, welcome to Fazbear's Entertainment. Like, thanks for trying out. Just keep an eye on things. Make sure the animatronics aren't doing anything wacky. When they're powered down. Like, and the writer there is relying on me, the player, knowing that, oh, this is a horror game. So if I screw this up, this person on the phone is lying to me. And that always makes for more interesting drama. Or this person on the phone is not telling me everything. Because I, as a player, know that if I screw up, I'm dead. So the fact that the character is just out and revealing it feels a little on the nose. But in anyways, thank you so much for sharing the game. Let me know if you want me to take another look, or if you get Unity to. I work with Unity a lot too, and I know aspect ratios are not its favorite. So I hope there's some adjustable aspect ratios. There's some dialogue speed stuff in settings, and also mouse sensitivity. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing this with me. Have a great one, and good job on the game. Take care.